Hi, I'm Jason.
And I'm Jacob.
And today we'll be playing the Rosetta pre-constructed Blitz Decks. I'll be playing Verdance.
And I'll be on Oscilio.
In this matchup, I want to prevent as much of Jacob's damage as possible and try and play for the long game. So I want to wait and then decompose, and then hopefully my life gain will get him.
Yeah, whereas Oscilio, on the other hand, lives the lightning lifestyle for sure. We're just trying to burn him to the ground, get that life total to 0 as soon as humanly possible.
These pre-constructed decks are a great way to try out the new Rosetta heroes.
And you can also try them out and be some of the first people in the world if you head to Tampa Bay from September 6th through 8th for the world premiere of Rosetta.
And if you can't make that, then there's over 1,500 pre-releases happening at local game stores around the world from the 13th to the 16th of September.
All right, are you ready to get burned down to the ground? Are you ready for me to turn your body to a decomposed ash?
Whoa, there's some decomposing happening, but I'm not gonna get burned down.
I don't think there's gonna be time for that. Let's find out. We'll head straight into it. Hey guys, it's your boy coming at you with some Oscilio action. Oscilio is an elemental lightning wizard whose hero ability reads, once per turn instant, you can discard an instant card from your hand to draw a card, making sure that we can solve any lightning puzzle to finish off one of our awesome combos. Basically, what we're trying to do is stack up a bunch of lightning cards and finish our combat chain with a massive source of arcane damage thanks to our signature weapon, Volzar. Volzar, as a once per turn instant, allows us to amp equal to the number of lightning cards we've played in a turn, which means that if we can string together somehow a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 combo, we can send a devastating blow to our opponent.
I'm playing Verdance, and Verdance's hero ability reads, if there are 4 or more earth cards in your banished zone, Verdance gets, whenever you gain life during your turn, you may deal 1 arcane damage to any opposing target. Verdance is an earth wizard that really wants to grind out value with attacks and spells in the early game and kind of slowly pull the game out longer until she can decompose with her cards like Rootbound Carapace and Blossoming Decay, sowing the seeds for victory, because once your hero ability comes online and you've decomposed, all of your life gain starts pinging your opponent, and then you claw back your victory from an underdog position. That's how you win the game with Verdance.
High roll?
Sure.
All right. 4.
5.
Ooh, all right.
I'll start.
Sir.
You always want to start as the wizard to do a bit of damage. As Verdance, we definitely want to be pushing in some damage and trying to get Jacob to pop his Sanctuary of Aria. So to further that plan, we'll be pitching our blue Autumn's Touch to activate Staff of Verdant Shoots. Now this says, once per turn action, amp 1, go again. When 1 or more earth cards are pitched this way, the next time you deal arcane damage this turn, create an embodiment of earth token. So we've pitched an earth card, so now this is online, and we will be coming in with Perennial Aether Bloom for 3, amping 1, so going to 4, and it says, search, if this deals more than 3 damage, put it on the bottom of its owner's deck.
This is a pretty important card for me to stop in general, as it can just loop over and over and over again if I don't prevent some damage. So looking at the Sanctuary there. However, I do have one of these cool cards. I'll play Sigil of Conductivity. It's a lightning instant aura. It costs 0 and it has Arcane Shelter 1, so it means if I would be dealt arcane damage, I would destroy this to prevent 1 of that damage. And it sets me up nicely for next turn as well, because when this leaves the arena, I create an embodiment of lightning token.
Must be nice.
It is indeed. And I'll also add in some Twinkle Toes, because I've played an instant card this turn. I can use these to prevent 2 additional points of damage. So that means I've got 3 points of prevention here. You're coming in for 4 arcane, so I'm going to take 1, and I get to save my Sanctuary for a future turn.
Cool. And I will be getting my Embodiment of Earth because my Perennial Aether Bloom has hit. It does not go on the bottom of my deck, unfortunately, but
And I get my Embodiment of Lightning.
I will be discarding a Fruits of the Forest Yum Yum.
Ooh, delicious.
Which says instant discard this, gain 2, which is a very sick play on turn 1.
Yeah, it's very nice.
And then I will Arsenal and pass to you.
I really value having this Embodiment of Lightning in play, so I don't really want to waste it here. So I think we're just going to come in for an awfully vanilla play. We're just going to send in a Comet Storm. So I'm not going to meld this card. I'm just going to choose to play the Comet Storm side of it. It's a 2-cost wizard action that deals 5 arcane damage to any target, and that target, Jason, is your face.
What? I can't even use my Embodiment of Earth, man.
Good old trusty arcane damage.
Unfortunately for us, we're taking 5 here. So
Yeah, burn baby, burn.
go down to 17.
You're on fire.
I am on fire. I am not a liar. My name is Jason Lai. Pitching all the reds in my hand to play a red Autumn's Touch for 7. And
Ooh.
I just want to get all of these reds out of my hand, so I'll be over pitching for this. And the reason for that is because I want as many blues in my hand as possible to activate my Sanctuary of Aria if Jacob does do that again, because we did not get a very efficient hand to prevent with. So we want to dig for that hand just in case he does it.
And unfortunately, I'm not really able to utilize my whole hand. Thankfully, Oscilio's hero ability, which says once per turn as an instant, I can discard an instant card, draw another card. So we're going to do that. We're going to get rid of the Sigil of Lightning. Not much use when you're facing down physical damage. And we're going to draw this card. Okay, guys, now hear me out. I know Flash Fry probably sounds like the start to a delicious meal, but it's really not a good combo. To get any sort of damage happening, we're gonna probably have to waste our embodiment of lightning. We're not gonna be able to max value here, but it is so important that we try and get this Verdance down, because otherwise that hero ability comes online, she's just gonna gain too much life, we're just gonna run into damage issues, and we're just not gonna be able to get there. So I'm probably just gonna have to take this Autumn's Touch right to the dome to try and present something back. I think we're gonna be a little bit greedy here. We're gonna say no blocks.
Okay.
We'll take it all.
Take 7. Cool. I will end my turn and pass to you.
Awesome. All right, time to go fishing, boys. I'll activate my hero ability again because it is once per turn, so I can do this again on my turn. I'm going to discard this Electrostatic Discharge to go in search of... Ooh, that's not a bad one. That's not a bad one. I don't hate that at all in the slightest. Flash. Flash is a 0 cost action that gives simply the next action card I play this turn with cost 0 or more, go again. So we're going to slam down this here, Arcane Twinning. So this is just 3 arcane damage, and it also has go again.
We are not going to prevent this. We want to be blocking, so we will be taking 3.
Alrighty, well, it's a bit sad that we're gonna have to waste this here embodiment, but it is what it is. We're gonna attack with Fry. Age-old question, would you like some fries with that? It's just a simple 0 cost lightning attack. Oh, the Rootbound Carapace.
I'm going to defense reaction with a Rootbound Carapace. Now, we really want to decompose here, so we'll be playing this Rootbound Carapace in the defense reaction window, and it says decompose. You may banish 2 earth cards and an action card from your graveyard. If you do this, gets +1. Now, we don't need the +1 here. We just really want earth cards in our banish zone to turn on Verdance's hero ability.
Unfortunately, that's going to stop my Fry dead in its tracks, but thankfully for me, we're going to activate this here, Volzar, the Lightning Rod. Volzar says, if I control an aura permanent with Sigil in its name, it costs 1 less to activate. We don't, unfortunately, which is why I'm pitching for it. And it also has the ability of a once per turn instant, costs 1, Amp X, where X is the number of lightning cards I've played this turn. So this is going to be for 2, because I played a Flash and a Fry, and we're going to Flash Fry you with my Trailblazing Aether. So this is a 0 cost action that deals 3 arcane damage to target hero. If it deals more than 3 damage, it gets go again, but I have nothing more to go again with, sir. So this is just going to be basically 5 vanilla arcane damage hitting right for your dome.
Okay, now this would typically be very threatening if he had a follow-up, but since he doesn't, our hand's looking like we don't really want to prevent this either, so I think I'm just going to take 5 here, Jacob.
Alright, sounds good.
Cool, you have your go again.
I have my go again, but nothing to do with my action point this time, sadly, so we're just going to pass it on over to you.
Okay, so here we draw 2 Rootbound Carapace. Unfortunately, he only attacks once, so you really have to understand sometimes you might want to overblock and decompose twice with Rootbound, but sometimes you just need to get your block value in against Oscilio because the split damage can deal a lot of damage to you. Now, we really want to decompose on this turn, but unfortunately we can't. Instead, we will just be pitching a blue Pop the Bubble to play a Blossoming Decay. Now this has Decompose on it, but we're just attacking for 5. We still want to be filling up our graveyard with earth cards to set up for our following Decompose, and this is how we're going to do it. So coming in for 5 with 1 floating.
I'm just going to throw in these cards. Unfortunately, I only have 1 action point on my turn, so we got to get some blocks in here.
And that's fine. And then we will discard a Fruits of the Forest, Yum Yum, gain 2 life. Now Verdance struggles a little bit to utilize all the cards in her hand, but with cards like Fruits of the Forest, she can really just like sidestep her opponent and have a bit of utility with the rest of the cards.
Alright, it's time for some Aether Quickening. 4 more arcane damage for your dome, good sir.
Now again, we want to greed out a little bit here. Not one to prevent. Nothing is looking too threatening at this point. Maybe next turn will be more threatened. Now here we're facing down some arcane damage and we've got some blues, so we can think about popping the Sanctuary of Aria, but our turns are actually really good. We can play the Sigil of Findel into the Harvest Season, into the Aether Quickening, and just burn him for a bunch of damage, try and decompose with our Rootbound Carapace that's in our arsenal, and then all of the life gain will pop on the following turn and deal him a bunch of damage. So even though we're facing down some arcane damage, I think we should take the damage here and just gain some tempo, and then hopefully with that we can win the game. We're just going to be taking 4 here, saving our Sanctuary of Aria for a later date.
Go back over to you again.
And now we will try to use all the cards in our hand. So we'll play a Sigil of Finder, and this, at the beginning of my next action phase, will be destroyed and I will gain 1. And then I will pitch blue Blossoming Decay to play Harvest Season red, which will also, beginning of my next action phase, destroy and gain 3. And then I will be playing a red Aether Quickening with my floating, which is dealing 4 arcane to Jacob. And it has Surge. If this deals more than 4 arcane, it gets Go Again, but it does not have more than 4 damage, so I can't get that Surge, unfortunately. Not that I would need it.
Alright, well, I think we're going to go in search of something greater. So I'm going to activate my hero ability. We're going to discard Electrostatic Discharge to draw another card. Ooh, that's a spicy meatball.
Oh no.
Oh boy, that was the exact card I was hoping to see off the top. With our Aether Surge, we're going to be able to get the Surge across. We're going to be able to chain multiple spells this turn, and we're staring down at a scary amount of life gain. If the turn goes back to Jason, I'm really not confident we're going to be able to close out this game if he has any sort of interaction for us or any attacks. We really have to hope he's light on blues, so when he goes to activate his Sanctuary of Aria, he won't be able to stop that much arcane damage, and we're going to be able to really punish his life total. I like the look at that. That's fine. We'll take the 4 points of arcane damage. That was 6.
Sound good to me.
Holy. We're gonna start things off nice and juicy with a Exploding Aether, which is a 2-cost wizard action that amps for 3 with Go Again. So the next card that deals arcane damage is gonna be that much plus 3. And then we got the follow-up Aether Quickening. So this is gonna come in for a total of 7. And if it deals more than 4 damage, gains Go Again. So he's got to prevent at least 3 here from my Aether Quickening if he wants to stop my additional action point.
Now we really just want to stop him from getting Go Again. So this is the turn that we will be activating our Sanctuary of Aria.
Hopefully you don't got too many blues for me, mate.
We got plenty of blues.
Oh no.
We've been digging the whole game for this. So I'll be pitching 2 blues, which is preventing 3 currently, which should cover the Surge for now.
That's all from me. No tricksy trickies.
Okay, cool. I'll take 4 down to 3.
Yep, unfortunately I don't think that's gonna last for long.
And the important thing to know about Verdance is that sometimes you need to take a bit of damage and then hope that you can gain that life back. And we can here. So Harvest Season and Sigil of Finder will both pop at the start of my turn, and I'll be gaining 4. So we're back up to 7, and we have a bit of a life buffer to work with for the rest of the game. And on our turn, we are going to pitch a blue Summer's Fall and come in with Blossoming Decay. Now this is a very sick Decompose card, basically the signature card of Verdance. So we will be decomposing 2 earth cards and an action card, and it says when you do decompose these cards, gain 1 life. And Verdance's hero ability is now actually turned on, which says if there are 4 or more earth cards in your banished zone, Verdance gets whenever you gain life during your turn, you may deal 1 arcane damage to any opposing target. So we'll be gaining 1 from this, and we'll be pinging Jacob for 1, and this is very powerful. It turns Blossoming Decay into a very strong card.
It really does. Alright, we're gonna go in search of something here. I'm gonna activate Oscilio. We're gonna discard Sigil of Forethought, and we're gonna draw. Alright, I think we're just going to be blocking with this here.
1 arcane coming at you, sir.
Yep, so we take the arcane down to 5, and then we're gonna defend for 3, taking 1, down to 4.
Alright, cool. We're getting him closer and closer to death, and I'll pass my turn here.
Thankfully, I do still have Sanctuary of Aria, so it's not totally lights out for me if a big arcane spell comes down from Verdance. But I think we're just going to have a nice simple turn here. We're just going to play Sigil of Lightning. Then we're going to activate Volzek, because it now costs 0 because of the Sigil that I've played. And it will amp for 1, because I played 1 Lightning card. And we're going to come in for 5 points of arcane damage with Photon Splicing. Photon Splicing is an interesting card. There's a couple of cycles of these in Rosetta that have instant discard this amp 1. And one of the key interactions here is around with Sanctuary of Aria. If your opponent activates Sanctuary of Aria, it gives you a window to respond to, which means that you can try and push for lethal or try and push for getting your surge through. Just something nice that you can do for your own games.
Now that we've lost our Sanctuary of Aria, it's a little bit sketchy if we just take the full damage here, so really got to think about if it's worth it. I think in this scenario, it is worth it, and we're hoping that he doesn't have too much behind this. We'll be taking 5 here.
Alright, 5 it is. He is down to 3, but well grounded, along with his hero ability, is being turned on since he has decomposed twice, which does give him a reasonable buffer here.
Yeah, we're just hoping that Jacob forgets about the well-grounded and plays right into it. So here, we'll be pitching a Summer's Fall to activate Staff of Verdant Shoots. We don't really care about the Earth Embodiment here because we're versing Oscilio, who is primarily arcane damage, but the amp 1 is going to be very important because we're also activating Hold Focus, and we will be pitching Findel's Fighting Spirit to play Aether Quickening for 6 arcane, and this is going to get go again.
This is a lot of arcane damage, and I don't see any blues in my hand, so I think we're gonna have to go fishing.
Oh boy.
Now I'm gonna activate Oscilio and discard the best card in my deck, my Comet Storm Shock.
You love to see
All
it.
in search of a blue. Come on. Ooh, that is not a good card. This is lethal, and I think you got it because I can only activate Sanctuary of Aria twice. So there's nothing I can do. There's 4 arcane damage left, and it's just gonna bin me off.
Alright, good game, Jacob.
Good game. I can't believe you did me dirty like that, Jason. All that life gain after those 2 massive burn combos, and I was talking so much smack before the game.
Look, man, looks like you're the one that got burned in the end.
That was a bit of a tough run for Oscilio there. Early on, you had a lot of burn. You're able to push through my attempts at trying to tempo you out. And in the end, those big life gain spells really pushed me out of the game. And you got a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of instants, a lot of amps, a lot of working around your hero ability with your weapon. There's so much little intricacies that have to line up in order for you to produce these massive turns. But you managed to navigate your way through them, gain some life, and decompose.
Throughout the whole game, I'm just praying and hoping that Oscilio doesn't have his huge combo turn, so I can block out a little bit and just bide my time until the end, until I'm decomposed, and then my life gain spells will actually do the burn damage for me, so I can gain life and recover all that I had lost throughout the game, and then also kill him at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. Dual purpose, right? So if you want to try out these new awesome heroes from Rosetta, you can head along to the world premiere or one of the 1,500 pre-release events that are happening all across the world. I'm sure there's a store near you.
And if you want to check out the gameplay between the rest of the heroes, stay tuned for more videos on FabTCG YouTube channel.
Or if you want more details, head to fabtcg.com where you can find details about all the events coming up for this new awesome set, Rosetta. Catch you guys in the next one.